So, John, what's the hardest part about being on the streets for you?
Oh wow. Asking somebody you don't have no money, can't get a job, asking somebody for something to eat if you haven't eaten since the day before and they say no. You go to another place and they say no. You ask somebody for something to eat, no, until you get some money. And then eventually I have to steal. I'm risking going to jail for it, but I have to survive. If you haven't eaten 2 days, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Getting a good night's sleep is can. There's a lot of people stay up all night and they sleep all day. Drugs is a big part. A lot of people will just rob you. They'll steal when you're sleeping. You got to put things in your pants, and you got to make pockets in your. If anything falls out, and they walk by, they come unannounced, it's gone. The other hardest thing out, and well, Philadelphia, I think, is like the fourth or fifth largest city in the country. I would say that it's just having somebody to talk to, so you know, really understand what you're going through. Because every day is tragic out here. To survive, it's unbelievable, and you have to get a shower, get clean, clothes. Everything you have to do, you're like in a third world country. No electric. If you can find an outlet to charge your phone, it's very hard. It's very hard. Yeah, but I have no choice.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
How you feeling today?
How you doing, Rico?
I'm all right, man. State your name and where you're from for us.
My name's John. Living out here in Philadelphia, homeless. I lost. I had a 29 months. I had a really bad time period. I lost my mother. She had a heart attack when she was driving. Then 6 months later, my brother was diagnosed with a very rare cancer, and eventually, after the chemo, he couldn't take any more. He passed away. And I lost my father 6 months after that. I had two aunts that passed away. My first cousin passed away, and another cousin got killed in a car accident. In 29 months, I went to 8 funerals, and that's probably the main reason I'm homeless, because I don't live with my brother anymore. I couldn't afford to keep up the house. His daughters moved back in. They never gave me a dime, and I kept the house going for foreclosure. I hate being homeless. This sucks. Everything is just, unbearable. But I have to deal with it. I have nowhere to go. And in the city, you can ask people for food. They don't give it to you. They say no. Eventually, I have to steal it, like I said. And I had that tragic 29 months. So I went to 8 funerals, and that's why I'm homeless.
And how long has it been since you've been dealing with this homelessness, John?
I've been out here. I was in New Jersey, in Pensacola, in Camden area. You want to go in an area where like there's people. Like that's why people go in the city, because the cops don't mess with you. Like you go in the suburbs and you're jaywalking, they want to bother you, for no reason. Out here in the city, you got more freedom, but then you got to deal with a lot of people, and the people. There's some good people out here, but a lot of people are very disrespectful. But what are you going to do? That's life. But that's where I stay. I stay here in Philadelphia. I've been homeless for 2.5 years now, or 2 years, a little over 2 years. And I had an apartment or a room I was renting for a while, but the guy moved out. We had the house closed up, and I'm just doing the best I can. It's very, very hard to be homeless. You're showering, everything is hard. You got everything manually. I walk about 5 to 10 miles some days. 5, 10 miles, 10 miles easy. But
And how old are you, John?
I'm 54.
54 years old. You were born and raised in Philadelphia?
I was born in South Jersey.
Okay,
And,
South Jersey.
Lived there for 41 years. Then I moved down to Virginia to be close to my father and mother, because they're both from where their health wasn't that well. And then I moved back to Delaware with my wife, kids, and then now I mentioned about the funerals. Not only I lost my family members, 8 funerals I went to, I lost my relationship ended with my wife, and so support. You need support out here, and support is the number one thing. If you don't have support, you're in trouble. And I just keep fighting every day and just take one day at a time. Where I'm going to eat, how I'm going to eat, where I'm going to sleep, how I'm going to sleep. Find a place that's safe. Somebody's not going to rob me or hurt me. I've had a guy pull a gun on me because the guy I was friends with kept talking to his girl. I told him, leave her alone, but he pulled a 9mm and cocked it right at my chest about 21 feet away. But he could have killed me. I did nothing wrong, but he apologized to me later on. But you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I couldn't have killed me. Being homeless is one of the worst things in the world. I never thought it would happen to me. I seen a guy that I recognized one day, and he used to be a lawyer, attorney, and he was homeless. I seen him on the street. I was like, oh, Mark, I said, you? And this guy had everything in the world. He was on the street, homeless. So I can relate because I am homeless, but I didn't choose to be here. I'm trying hard to fight hard to get a place to live. But it's one of the hardest things in the world to try to survive out here.
Okay, Joe, if you don't mind me asking, excuse me, John, if you don't mind me asking, did drugs play a part in you being out here?
At the beginning, no, but being homeless is not fun. There's nothing fun about being homeless. There's nothing gracious about it. There's nothing wonderful about it. Everything is like survive. So the drugs definitely played a part of it. I sniffed. My drug of choice was dope, heroin dope, and in Jersey they have more fentanyl dope, and in Philly they got this trank. It's a new animal tranquilizer, and my knee swelled up and I had to have it drained or else I would have died here. Same thing with my hand. So I get the dope in Camden now, so at least I'm dealing with fentanyl and not the trank. Once in a while I'll get a bag down there if I can, because cops are out. Definitely played a part of it, doing drugs. I was 48 years old the first time I sniffed dope. 48. And it definitely ruined my life and made it worse, because I wouldn't have been here this long. But the drugs kept me here a lot longer than I could. I've been there about 2.5 years. If I wasn't doing drugs, I'd have more money. I wouldn't be here at all. I would definitely give somebody, my reputation would be better. I wouldn't have to run and get drugs every day, or when I would get my paycheck, I get a paycheck once a month, I would go out and get it up so I don't have to go back there for a week or 10 days. But you could go through $5,000 in drugs out here like nothing. And the more money you have, the faster you're going to die.
Okay, so
Poor people seem like they live longer because they don't have the money to kill themselves so fast. But it's true.
okay, John, so what was life like before this? Like, what did you do? What was things like for you before all this took place?
Um, well, like I said, I lost my brother to cancer. He had a very tragic death. Um, wanted to stop the chemo because of the high fevers he had the next day, and then the cancer spread, and he passed away in the Voorhees American Hospice Center. I was there when he took his last two breaths. I was happy that he passed, but I was also sad that I lost my brother at 55 years old. And what you say the first question was? I'm sorry.
I'm saying, what was life like for you? Like, what did you do?
Okay. Yeah, I was living with my brother. Lost train of thought. Sorry about that. I was living with my brother, and we're doing construction and stuff. We had money, and I had a place to sleep, and everything was good. I used to, for a switch the subject, I used to box in South Philly at Philly Boxing Club from 88 to 91. I would skip the amateur ranks, and I could have went, and I was going to have my first fight at the Blue Horizon, July, I forget the date, but it was set, July 91. I was going to have my first professional fight. I had to quit, retire, whatever you want to call it, because I woke up in the middle of the night and I was throwing up black and red blood. I was hemorrhaging as I was sleeping. So it happened again about a month later. The doctor told me to either get the surgery, because the insurance wouldn't cover it. I would have to pay out of my pocket. So either get the surgery or you're going to die. Or quit boxing. Die or quit boxing. So, or get the surgery, or quit, get the surgery and you fight, or if you don't get the surgery, you're going to die. So I had to quit. I love the sport. I actually love getting hit. I like getting my nose bloody. I like getting my eyes. I love the game, man. It was a rush.
Yeah, John, man, I see you got. I could tell you got some skills, man. You look like you still got it, man.
I appreciate it. I love to train, and boxing is it's a beautiful art. Such a beautiful art. Everything though is backwards. If you throw a right hand at somebody, they're going to come at you with a left. So if you throw a right, left, right, you want to bob right, because their reaction is they're going to throw the right at you or left hook. But if you move into their power, they're already going to hit you with a half punch. That's not going to hurt you. So if you throw a left, right, left, I'm going to bob left. If I throw a right, left, right, bob right. And you'll know when you see these punches going over your shoulder that you've been trained well, because it's don't get in the ring if you're not trained, especially if you're going to spar heavy. That means you're there to knock guy out. The guy's there to knock you out. If you good, but they're not going to do that right away. If you go into your local gym and go box, learn how to fight, learn how to box. One of the hardest things that ever happened in my life is about 8 years ago, I got locked up for something I didn't do, and it was tragic. By a doctor's prescription, I was overprescribed Klonopin for 23 years, and I got addicted, not knowing. But when I went to the jail, they kept me there for 6 months. I only slept 5 months. I didn't sleep for 5 months, 3.5 weeks. I slept the first 3 days, and then I had 7 seizures. That was one of the hardest things I ever have happened to me. It was amazingly sick, and I'm glad. I hope it never happens again. I was it's just an addiction, and benzodiazepine addiction. As some people know, it's the worst addiction in the world. being addicted to benzos is the worst withdrawal in the world. I almost died. I passed out 11 times. They said I had 7 seizures, but I had I think 11 times I passed out with all seizures. It's like torture. I would not wish that on anybody because I can't sleep without the medication even to this day. I didn't sleep last night because the doctor cut me off because they found out I sniffing dope. So my doctor cut me off, and I'm red flagged. I've been buying my medicine on the street for a year.